Lotus Cobra does not work with Kinnan. So let's get into a little bit of deck tech here in Modern. So we are playing some Temur Kinnan's Loaming Song. I've made some tweaks from the previous version that Jiggywiggy was playing. So Jiggy had the Echo of Eon's Narset combo in the deck. And he was saying he didn't think it was working out particularly well. So I subbed it out for more copies of Song of Creation. So we're back up to 3 of those. And the other things I threw in there were some of these cheaper artifacts, things like Witching Well, things like Mazemind Tome. So this is, yeah, so it was spicy. We've played Echoing Song of Creation before with Echo of Eons, Narset, and Song of Creation. This one is not playing Karn. This is playing Life from the Loam. Jiggy was saying 3 copies would probably be okay, 4 was too many. And then the other crazy new thing we're trying is Lotus Cobra. So Lotus Cobra, for anyone who's not aware, is a 2-mana 2/1 with landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may add 1 mana of any color. So this teams up with Uro and our Kinnan engine that existed before to give us massive mana. And massive mana works nicely with things like Mazemind Tome, Emry able to revive Witching Wells, which we can crack to draw 2 cards, Urza being able to spin, and being able to grab Uro out of our graveyard. Can right-click the white space to update all. Holy crap! You're my hero. I love having cool people around to tell me how stuff works. Cool. So without further ado, let's just hop on into the league here and see what's what. We just had a nice 4-1 with blue-white Thopter Sword, and the only one we lost was a matchup where we didn't have much hope against Crabvine with no graveyard hate in the entire 75. Hold on. Checking my 75 for graveyard hate. Once again, absent. We're going to run with it anyway. This deck has more potential to go way over the top of something. If you 5-0, I'll give you $1. Well, that's all the motivation I need. So thank you, Ust Sol Sira. Ust Sol Sira. Ust Sol Saris. So let's just go have a romp with Temur, Kinnan, Urza. I love this deck. I love this archetype. Let's see if these Lotus Cobras and Life from the Loams are as exciting as Jiggywiggy was telling me that they are. Okay, it's not an exciting start, but we always do have to remember that we have access to Yorion. This doesn't get... like our Life from the Loam gets us going on stuff here, but not on cycling lands. I'm going to ship this first one, following Jiggy's spirit of mulligans. This one is kind of nutty. It's not perfect, but it's really, really good. We're definitely ditching Wishing Well here because we get to go turn 1 Springleaf, turn 2 Kinnan Tome, and then turn 3 Wrenn and Six pick up a land. Yeah, this hand is gas. 100%. All right, and then the typical sequence we want in this deck is Forest into Steam Vents, which we can do here. This also insulates us against turn 1 discard because either way that this hand can shake out, we'll be able to play Kinnan or Wrenn and Six on turn 2. Obviously, having to play Wrenn and Six on turn 2 when we were going to be able to play Kinnan into Mazemind Tome, not as good. But it definitely looks like Mazemind Tome could have some legs in this, and this is the very first game we've ever played with it. So, okay, it looks like our opponent wants to go fast. Yikes. Well, Mazemind Tome might be able to shine in one of its alternate modes. And that extra fetch land means I don't have to shock Steam Vents here necessarily. Might have to shock next turn to get the Wrenn and Six down, but at least for this turn, we can just put out Kinnan and put out the Mazemind Tome. So let's do that. He's back. It's been a while since I played this beautiful boy. Beautiful boy. He's back. All right. So we're probably going to scry at their end of turn. And hopefully not die on turn 3. Aggro decks are by far the worst matchup for this archetype. Aggro decks and combo decks. A lot of aggro decks you can beat just due to Uro. We don't have one because it's game 1. We were in the dark here. But we do have Mazemind Tome, which is like Uro mini. Wrenn and Six is the odd one out. Everything else is too thick for life. Yikes! That's really good against us. All right, let's see. I mean, it's kind of okay. It's gonna kill the shit out of me, huh? We don't have Galvanic Blast or anything in our main deck, so I'm gonna top it. We're just looking for another Wrenn and Six. No. Yeah, Kinnan's on chump duty here for sure. Probably should have cycled first. Oh well, got a fetch shock. Gotta go with the one that brought you. Well, I guess I can cycle this first and see if we hit anything relevant. Do we? Ha! Well, if we make it to the next turn, it's a big if. But if we make it to the next turn, if they don't have like 2 spells in their hand, I think 2 spells is enough to kill us, which is just upsetting. Easiest turn 3 kill of their life. All creature hand. All creature hand. We're so screwed. We're so screwed. All right. Well, let's draw a card. That's game. Heading into turn 3 in this modern format, and oh, doctor, that Kiln Fiend is getting swoller than Arnold Schwarzenegger circa 1973. I want to say it was 72. It was in the 70s when he won most of his Mr. Universes. So they need to do 1 more damage right now. Literally 1 damage. And yeah, that's more than enough. Well, I said you needed 2 spells. I didn't want you to have 4 spells, all right? All right? Fuck Lavadart. Fuck this card. Ugh. Overachiever. What a nerd. All right, so Galvanic Blast in, Aether Gust in, Cobra's out. 1 toughness seems not so good. Probably can trim on a song, an engineered explosives, and a... I want to say Wrenn and Six, but maybe it's just like a Life from the Loam. If Wrenn and Six doesn't kill any creatures with the ping, Life from the Loam sure as hell doesn't kill any creatures with the ping. I'm wondering if I should board in the Blast Zone. Also, they only play 3 mountains, so Field of Ruin could ruin them. But I think we're okay here. And we could even have the Force of Negations in, but I don't... I think in theory we can overwhelm them on board. We just need to find an Uro. Like, Uro is one of the only things that matters. Uro and a relatively shock-light early game could be enough to get us there. Oh yeah, that's That's a keeper. Turn 1, tap land. Turn 2, Springleaf. Untap Mountain, Galvanic Blast. Turn 3, yeah, we're good. This is a good one. And opponent mauls. Got him! Where is it? Nothing? Oh, friend. That is not the deck you signed up to play. For the love of God, I swear, if they play turn 2 Kiln Fiend, I'm going to just be like, boop. That's game. God, I love prowess not being burned. Shrine of Burning Rage. Acceptable. Acceptable. I wonder why they kept this card. We now know. We have the answer. I'm okay to draw one more land. It's not game yet. Yeah. It's looking good, though. So, because this can get untapped red, let's get green with this. Let's get untapped red, but also if we don't have to get untapped red, we won't. Because we could be able to escape Uro as early as next turn if we draw an Emry, if we have the... Like, there's a weird combination of cards that could get us to Uro next turn. So we might want to have the colors ready for it. Having a second Uro in hand is not bad at all, though, because then next turn we can play the Mox Amber, tap the Uro when we play it, and we'll actually have enough to play the Uro out of the graveyard, assuming that we can put enough other things in the graveyard to fuel it. So this might be getting a Ketria Triome or second try. Okay, this is a little scary. The fact that we're not playing Karn in this version is a little upsetting, too. Lava Spike. Okay. Upsetting. All right. If they were gonna win, this is gonna be a do it. An Uro for an Uro makes the red player cry. Yeah. All right. Oh baby. All right, almost there. So Mox Amber. Misty Rainforest. We have blue, green. I want to draw the land now, if I'm drawing something land-like. Shoot. So I have 4 mana, but I need 5 because I can put this in the graveyard, but I can't put the Galvanic Blast in the graveyard right now. So what we're gonna do is tap Uro for a red with Springleaf Drum, tap the Mox Amber for a green, let Uro go to the yard, play Wrenn and Six. Oh, I should have... I could have done it if I had used Uro to drop the land out of my hand, and then, yeah, it's okay. Well, we'll be escaping an Uro next turn. We can play Aether Gust on the turn here, so hopefully it's going to be good enough. We'll see. We'll see. Rip. Yeah, we might be dead. I usually die to most burn decks. I like the Prowess deck because you're allowed to actually like play Magic against them, usually. Like, they usually rely on permanence. But the problem is these Shrines of Burning Rage came nicely out of left field, as they usually do, and we don't have... Like, nobody's playing much artifact removal. Jeez! That's a card. I'm pretty sure I'm Aether Gusting that, but that is a card to be playing in your Prowess deck. Goodness gracious. That said, we can also just draw a... we could draw a Song of Creation, although I boarded one out. But if we draw a Song of Creation, we might be able to go off through what they have going on. They put it on top. That's fair. Need more of that good art and paper that they did with Chalice, the left one. The non-paper one. Oh, this? Not this? Yeah. Niels Ham of Baleful Strix fame. It's a very angry Karn. Thragtusk dude. What do you mean Thragtusk dude? The Baleful Strix dude. Baleful Strix is the most important card. Opponent's super tanking here. Okay. Still not Seb McKinnon. Well, can't all be Seb McKinnon, Roy. What do you got, nerd? I'm tired. I ain't got time for this shit. Do you have any idea how long this league is going to take? There we go. Jesus Christ. I'm just looking at pretty Magic art. Shady Import is a beautiful art. Oh boy. These are gonna hurt. 1 would be a problem. 2 is a catastrophe. That's a good draw though. Alright. Save me, Uro. Help me, Uro. You're my only hope. You served Urza during the Modern Horizons Wars. The Pioneer Wars? I don't know. It's a Zelda thing, right? Thanks, Roy. Can always trust you to, yikes, get obscure references. Put Yorion in my hand and cast Aether Gust. Interestingly, I think it's entirely possible what they're going to want to do is use one of these shrines to kill Uro. The funny thing about that will be if we're able to... Aether Gust it, or if they want to cast the Manamorphose, we're going to Aether Gust that. And that was pretty... I like binge-watched Breath of the Wild gameplay. Oh, yeah, Breath of the Wild is fucking gorgeous, man. It's so beautiful. And the music is... it's so good. Oh, we're so fucked, right? Well, they can't sack them both in one go, so they're still kind of choked on mana here. We know that their top card is this Manamorphose. So if they play it, they won't be able to sack either their shrines. So let's see what they do here. I was wondering if they were going to crack the little shrine to try to kill my Uro, but this is obviously better for them. And it's okay for me, too. Whee! Get back up there. Get back on top. Get in my belly. What was someone had a really good joke about Breath of the Wild. Oh, Studio Ghibli presents Fallout. That was Zelda Breath of the Wild. So Fallout is an RPG that's usually about the world after a nuclear war, and the idea is that there were all these different bunkers that people hid in. I forgot. I had an out. We had an out. Anyway, to continue my point. So the Fallout games are about the world after nuclear war, and everyone went and sheltered in these underground bunkers, and then the bunkers open up, but they open up at different times in different places, and so each Fallout game focuses on a single bunker opening, and so your character will be a character who was in a bunker through the nuclear war, the nuclear end of the world, coming out and seeing what the world is like. So in each of them, it's sort of a, if you're aware of like Road Warrior or things of that nature, Roy, sort of post-apocalyptic, biker craziness and, all sorts of, yeah, okay. The point is that like different times and places and different versions of the end of the world. Okay, so we can drop Yorion into play here and still have Galvanic Blast. And since we hit an Emry there, we can grab an Uro out. It's a more uplifting version of Grave of the Fireflies. Well, it's not always particularly uplifting, right? Like it's sometimes kind of messed up. Like in Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure the motivation that your character has is that your vault had like sort of cryogenic freezing tubes and stuff like that, and you see your spouse murdered and your baby stolen by someone you don't know when your vault was opening and you weren't able to get out of your tube quickly enough. And so like a big part of your motivation in exploring this post-apocalyptic wasteland is to find your baby, right? And to find out why someone killed your spouse and stole your baby. But that's like specifically Fallout 4. Like each of them has a different premise because each vault was either programmed to open at a different time after the... it's Fallout 4. Care to spoil it? No, I don't know. I never played it enough. Because that's the thing, is they're like super open world RPGs. No, I've never played them enough. But they're like post-apocalyptic sci-fi RPGs. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I've heard good things about New Vegas. Okay, on the draw, I think I want these Force of Negations. I probably don't need any number of life from the Loam. In this matchup particularly, because I don't have any lands that can gain me life or anything like that. I definitely want this Engineered Explosives back, now knowing that they're on probably four Shrine of Burning Rage. Let's ditch one. I like the Mazemind. There's probably one Mox Amber. That wasn't the hugest deal there. It was fine, but... Sunburst 2 looks bonkers against them. And even Sunburst 1 is probably fine. I also have Blast Zone. Oh, I could be playing the Blast Zone. Let's see if I have time to put it in. Nope. But having the out against Shrine of Burning Rage, which I forgot that we had. Like, I didn't realize what we were digging to. I was just digging because I was digging. All right, this hand is acceptable. If we draw a Galvanic Blast or a... I don't know what else. It could be a lot better. Please tell me that was them mulliganing. It was! Let's go! Let's go! We're looking for that 5-0. I got to get that $1. I got to get that $1 from Speed.
Work.
Ooh, piece of candy. Well, they're off to the races. It's okay. We got the turn 1 Witching Well. Lol, we're getting close. Do I even want to play this turn 2 Wrenn and Six, or would I rather Witching Well and just hope? Because in order to play this Wrenn and Six, I have to fetch Shock. I think Witching Well is awkward. I agree. This used to be Astrolabe, by the way. This slot used to be Astrolabe. Can we just imagine for a second that instead of scrying 2, I got to draw a card? I don't even need it to. I don't even want any of the mana fixing. Well, yeah, I think we're going to. We have the Uro for turn 3, so we can. Yeah, I mean, the Wrenn and Six is not super important. I mean, I've got a million lands in my hand. It doesn't kill anything. Okay, so we're just going bottom with these. Not really interested. Actually, can I undo? No, apparently you can't undo. That's fine. Kind of am interested in the Urza, but the most important thing is to find interaction. So we're looking for engineered explosives. We're looking for Galvanic Blast. We're looking for more copies of Uro, Emry, Control Z. No, I tried Control Z. It didn't like it. Didn't do nothing. Bolt? That's frightening. But it also means this Uro's more likely. Oh no! Don't light up the stage! Don't light up the stage! Don't light up the stage! Fuck! God, I hate that card. Though that is an amazingly, wonderfully disappointing flip. I have Excite. I don't know if it'll work for that, but it's always no. I tried. Well, so the thing with LED is that it's a mana ability, and I don't know particularly why, but it seems like MTGO treats mana abilities very specially different. So we do get to fetch Ketria Triome here, and then play Uro next turn, and then yeah, this is looking okay. I mean, it's looking really bad on their side of things. That's the biggest hope. If they have another light up the stage here, though, it's going to be potentially bad. So we'll see. If they just play like a second Soulscar Mage or something, that's going to be great. No, it's light up the stage. This card is so fucking stupid. Pardon my French. I mean, that's amazing, though. Flip another mountain and a Manamorphose. I will take your flood. I will take your flood. Traded my LEDs when they're super price spiked. Got rid of them at like 300 each. Is that USD? Are you one of those American citizens? Sorry, as a Canadian, I kind of have to ask for context. Mazemind Tome. All right, we'll just play Uro here. We are Canucks. It's true. Someone said it sounded like a slur one time, and I was like, yeah, I can see how it would sound uncomfortable to one's ear. Yeah. That's a good draw. Not necessarily right now, but potentially. I guess if I cast this now, it forces them to Manamorphose, but if they want to EOT something here, yeah, we'll see. I guess when they cast the Manamorphose, I should Galvanic Blast it, because this is the best window if they don't have an instant. They're pretty likely to have something, so I don't think I should waste it. Unproud to be an American. That's a sentence. There's a Canadian comedy band that has a great song called Proud to be Canadian, and it's just really funny. We're awfully nice to strangers, our manners be our curse. It's cool in many ways to be Canadian. We're not saying we're better, it's just that we're less worse. Oh no! Soul Guide Lantern! Whoo! It's the Soul Guide Lantern. Well, that sucks. One Uro down. They sack Fiery Islet. That's a good sign. So likely just taking 3 this turn. Well, Mazemind Tome is going to make up for Uro's absence, I guess. If we draw another artifact, we have a clean kill on Soulscar Mage. Disturbed by Canadians' holier-than-thou attitude towards Americans, though. Well, I don't... While I agree with you in concept, I do think that it's not entirely wrong to have an opinion about Canada versus the United States of America. Yeah, like there's just so many Americans I know that are like, "Oh, Canada, I wish I were in you." No, I mean I get it. Like there are parts of Canada that are less, you know, I don't know, liberally developed. I don't know what the PC way to say that is or whatever, but there are certainly stupid, ignorant parts of Canada. All right, so that's a scary one. Okay, hold on. Before we do anything, let's scry, because we're going to scry. Bottom that. Upkeep, stop. Okay, Gust. Get out of here. I guess I can Aether Gust this. They put it on the bottom, so they must have another one in their hand. I think we should... They have 2 cards in hand. I think I'm going to kill this right now. I think they probably have another Bedlam Reveler in their hand. It's going to cost them 4, and they're going to have to discard 2 cards again next turn, assuming that they don't have another land. So that's not necessarily the worst for us. Like, we're reasonably well set up here. I think I'm likely to crack Mazemind Tome this turn, so... Or activate Mazemind Tome this turn, I should say. So... Play Vista. Wrenn and Six. Mox Amber. I almost like where we're at. I agree with that sentiment so much. I almost like what's happening. I almost feel good about the game state. So I could crack Witching Well right now, or we could draw 1 card with Mazemind Tome. I think there's a very good chance we're just going to have to let a Bedlam Reveler resolve if they cast one. I can try to find an answer, or I could put Yorion in my hand and draw a card. Yeah, that seems good. I like Mazemind because it gains life on 4. Correct. Correct. Minamo is the sickest card here. It's pretty cool. I like Minamo. Minamo is a one-of, and in these decks is always pretty much always treated me well. Dodging boils, dodging chokes, untapping your Emrys. Most of what matters here for us is just digging to our next Uro, but Mazemind Tome certainly is going to get us along a lot of the way there. The Grinding Station Breach deck. Do you like Minamo more than Oboro? By far. By a grotesque amount. It's a Minamo School at Water's Edge. Okay, so they got their Bedlam Reveler. Still Soul Guide Lantern, so Uro's not great yet, but should be eventually. So going to 9 doesn't feel great. It untaps Uro for blocking. It untaps Emry. Yeah. I've untapped Uro a good number of times too. That's always pretty cool. So, draw. Yikes. I love Ouroboros more. Ouroboros has a gorgeous piece of art. I will say that much. Kinnan's a reasonable pickup. So let's grab Misty Rainforest because it's slightly more exciting. Play Kinnan. Mox taps for 2. Activate Mazemind Tome. Yikes. Okay. Play a new Mox. Play Yorion. And we can slide our Witching Well for a tiny amount of value. And the Mox Amber. Oh, which will give me enough mana to sack the Witching Well. So we're kind of in an alright spot. Kind of. To get to Scry and potentially survive here. The next turn on Mazemind Tome is going... I like when Minamo's interacting with opposing Kiras. Yeah, that's a weird niche one too. There is an exceptionally high chance I think we just die here, but... I don't know if it's exceptionally high, but it feels high. Whoa. Bottom. Yikes. Alright, good luck me, because we got a lot of surviving to do here. On the plus side, Soulscar Mages, Kiln Fiends, Shrines of Burning Rage, those are all pretty bad here. One of them is high octane modern games. Yeah. Wishing Well draw has to be nutty. Yeah. Kind of you could see on Spike. Spike TV? I love that channel because I'm a man. You know who loves Spike TV? Men! Real men! Wild Slash targeting me? Oh, Lord. This sounds terrible. Okay. Damage can't be prevented. Interesting. Good God. They're just going to have enough burn to kill me right now. Okay. If they try to go for it, we get... Oh, they're just making their Bedlam Reveler big enough to win that fight? What? I swear to God, if I go to crack my Witching Well at end of turn and they kill me in response, I'm going to be really annoyed. If only because if they had played, that was either amazing or awful. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I definitely feel dead. But I'm going to be like super tilted because it feels like they should... They're putting me to 1 with this. They have no Lava Darts in their graveyard. I'm going to sack the Witching Well in response, because in theory we could draw Force Blue card. Man, if we survive this, we're basically golden. Sorry, if we survive the last card in their hand. They can crack the Soul Guide Lantern for 1 mana too, so they actually have 2 draws. Swear to God, just put it on the stack if you have the kill, please. Don't upkeep. Huh. Okay. They have no darts. All right. So...
Work.
I can gain 4 life in response right now. So... Plus Wrenn and Six? No, there's no land I can... Okay, so cast EE for 0. First step. Yield to Song. Leaving at the most exciting, intense time. Yeah, that's my boy, Roy. He's a good human. Immediately draw Urza. Oh, deck. You're good to me sometimes. So, in theory, we can draw through our entire deck this way. What we're really looking for more than anything else will be Uros right now, so that we can gain some more life. But Force of Negations will be fine. No, they won't, because we're going to discard 2 Song at end of turn. Still. Force is fine. Good draw. Okay. So I have a green... I have lots of blue. So tap that, tap that. I think I should be playing this Uro because it gives me more wiggle room because I still have 2 land drops this turn. Playing the Uro is also going to force them to crack their Soul Guide Lantern. Force of Negation our own cards technically to draw. If it's not your turn. So, not really. We can still Mazemind Tome in response to something here to gain life. Not saying for free. Okay, yeah. But paying 3 blue, I mean, if we get to the point, like now, if we get to the point where we're going to fizzle, I'm pretty sure we just let ourselves fizzle. We just picked up an Emry and a snow-covered island, so we've got another trigger here. And if we hit a Springleaf Drum, we're going to have enough to get the double green to cast the arrow. Okay, put my triggers on the stack. Resolves, please. I think my opponent's in the grieving phase, which is fair. I've been there. Now they let this go to the graveyard. Now, I'm not going to play more into their Soul Guide Lantern. The best way to do that, let's play E for 0. Hi, Roy. Looks like we're going to win. Does the deck have a problem closing the game? We're about to find out. This is the first go with Song of Creation, and I will say there's nothing cute in this deck list. There's nothing that lets us automatically win the game at this point. There is nothing. We don't have a way to wish. We don't have a single card that says you win the game. Basically, what we're going to do with this turn is we're going to set ourselves up with as much life as possible, and from that point, that will hopefully be enough to win the game. So we've got 2 Gilded Geese in hand. So those are going to help because this taps for double green. So I play 2 Gilded Geese. I can sack both foods. So as things stand right now, I'm going to be able to push myself up to like 14 life if I had to spitball for you. And that's without the other 8 cards I think I'm about to draw. I'm going to have like a 10-10 construct for next turn. So basically we're pulling like a Moto infinite life where we're going to be at a point where it's just like we're unassailable. Like, and there's an Uro in my hand and an Emry. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to cast Uro, escape Uro still, which is insanity. Budget infinite life. Yeah, that's one way to say it. Okay, so let's fetch to 3. They didn't kill me before, so I'm assuming that they can't. Okay. We can always respond to whatever they play by cracking Mazemind Tome. I think let's go get that forest. I've got 2 foods in play I can crack right now. When you need to gain life while pinching pennies. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Play the next Uro. Should be the concession Uro. The third Uro is the real concession Uro. So, looks like we got there on this one. Having the Kinnan in play when we started going here was kind of money. Okay, let's play this Emry now. This can't attack this turn, so use that. So we're basically going to stop in a second. Not because... I don't know if I should Aether Gust them. Should I Aether Gust that Bedlam Reveler? I feel like I should just because it's going to cost them so much to... No, we're definitely not going to do that. I mean, that's silly, crazy talk, but... That's just drunk talk. Sweet, sweet drunk talk. Hold on. Let's play a Mishra's Bauble for a blue mana. Another Bauble for a blue mana. You well hydrated? I'm reasonably well hydrated. Oh, shit. It's fine. We're just going to combat. That's fine. All right, now we'll skip our Uro. Tap Goose. plus Bauble plus other Bauble. Cast the Uro. So this turn I put into play 2 Gilded Geese, Partridge, a Pear Tree, an Uro, Springleaf Drum, 3 Mishra's Baubles. So yeah. So you want to 8 here. Let's put... They're going to draw a card, sure. They were holding on all that time, and now they will draw a card. Put a land on the battlefield, sure. That one. Are there any basics left in my deck? I don't think so. Okay, and then let's scry 1. Gain 4 life, go to 12. Springleaf Drum on top's fine. Pass the turn. And if we need to, we can sacrifice a food token. At least one. I have Virtual 15. My opponent has 2 cards in hand in the Bedlam Reveler. Good luck. I have a 10/10 Construct. I have an Uro. I have an Emry. I have a Urza, Kinnan. Food chain, yeah. A little bit. You're not looking for the card named Flood? Shoots Kinnan. Sure. It's an interesting way to start. Does it need to tap the food? Yes, it does. Second Bedlam Reveler. You got it. Yeah, food needs to tap. 2 mana tap, sacrifice, gain 3 life. But I have a Ghost Quarter and another food to tap. My poor opponent has way too much to deal with here, though. Like, this is the point. Like, this is why we don't need a combo kill most of the time. Like, this was my combo kill. This is all we need. You don't need to do more than this to win a game of Magic. What is up, Iceblade 908? We're back on the Kinnan song train. And we are about to crush this poor prowess player. Let's go. Let's go! Smash. Uro smash. Casts Manamorphose. Sure. Are you going to attempt to fight my Uro? I mean, that's cute. I don't care. Just bring him back. Hope you get high and reach the top. Bring it all back. Bring it all back to you. Don't stop, never give up. Hope you get high and reach the top. Let the world know what you have got. And bring it all back to you. What? This doesn't have trample, dude. Dude, dudette, dude they, dude bro, dude brobot. What are you doing? Are you a drunk opponent? What's going on? Why would you do that? Is this a concession, Bedlam? Oh, they've got the lava dart. They're darting the construct. Wow! You're so clever. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you have a blog? I bet you have a blog. I bet your blog is so hot. Okay, resolves. Here's my 12/12. What do, I don't, yeah? We cool? Cool. I like this deck. Yay, Magic. Yay. I love that they're holding on. I'm at virtual 27. They tried so hard and got so far, and it didn't matter. Board state. Oh, this deck is fun. It's fun on a bun, baby. Fun on a bun. All right. All right. Nearly 50 minutes per round every gosh darn time. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. I will say on our post-Astrolabe Hydration stream, a variation of this deck was by far the closest thing to 5-0ing. And it literally only missed the 5-0 because of a timeout. So I do think that there is space worth exploring in the Kinnan Urza space. It was tragic. We had a 21-21 Walking Ballista on the stack with our opponent at 21. That is the baddest feels. All right, I'm keeping this hand. It's super rough, but it's got a lot of things it can draw into, and it's functional. Turn 2 Wrenn and Six, turn 3 Emry or Kinnan. It's not spectacular, but in the dark, in modern, with a reasonable number of mid-range decks running around, I'm okay with this. Opponent mulligans the 6. It's not a great sign, but it could be. Okay, let's see an island. Let's see a blue card. Windswept Heath. That's acceptable. Windswept Heath is acceptable. I don't want to see Devoted Druid combo, but it's going to be Arbor Elf. Yeah, okay, that's bad. Prismatic Vista, though, is kind of okay here. So, and this is an archetype that I've been able to beat. Would you say more or less tilting than finding your multi-4 was actually a multi-3? Less. I picked up the cards for Dice Factory. Was there anything you would change the list? I want to say probably a bunch of stuff. This better not be a Bloodbraid Elf, please no. Wait, they don't have a second land? Well, this Engineered Explosives is going to be fun. So is the Wrenn and Six. On the other hand, if I kill the Arbor Elf with the Wrenn and Six, then I won't be able to... Alright, let's see if we draw land. Land! Okay, that's a good sign. So, play Wrenn and Six this turn, pick up a land... Let them have 4 mana next turn, EE the Arbor Elf, and the... I should probably just sack the Wrenn and Six to kill the Arbor Elf, right? Because I've got enough... I think it bare minimum needs a 20th land. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've got a game state going on right now that I need to do some thonking on. Killing Elf is way better IMO. Yeah, I think so. I think you are perhaps correct. Okay. We're all at reasonably the same conclusion. Don't stop, never give up. Get high. Well, yeah, they are. The issue is just that I lose the Wrenn and Six here, which I have another land, but killing the Skoos with the EE is going to take a while. I guess I could just kill the Sprawl with the EE next turn if they don't hit a land, which is kind of savage, because then they don't even have red. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. But it just means my EE didn't get to 2 for 1, which I really wanted. Fuck. Maybe we're not even killing the Sprawl. Don't you dare Blood Moon me. I swear to Christ. Fuck off! Come on! Oh, that's so gross. Like, obviously it would have been worse if I hadn't done anything about it, but like, Jesus Christ. They missed their land drop, and then they're just like, oh, red source pillage. Get the hell out. Nobody gets to have anything nice. Alright. Okay. Rudeness. I don't appreciate it. So Steam Vents fixes all my colors here. And I could play EE on 1 and hope that I get another turn. All my homies hate Pillage. Well, it sucks. Playing against Pillage sucks. Okay. If I shock this turn to play the EE on 2, I have the option of killing the Scoos next turn, but I can also, if I draw a land... No, even if I don't draw a land, I could play EE on 1 plus Emry. It's probably not a good idea against the Ponza deck. So the Gruul mid-range deck. Real Ponzas have Stone Rain. And suffer from... Jesus Christ. That's so rude. Well, that was kind of neat, I guess. But I don't have an island. So I have to pop this first. I'm going to pop this. We'll pass the turn first. So maybe they have another 2-drop. Maybe. So I need to find one of my 4 basic islands in my... Jesus Christ! Sorry. It's just super, super tilting for your opponent to have a 1-lander and then land destroy you like this. Some bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ. God, this is so stupid. There's no clock, so they can play whatever they want almost. Like, I understand that they don't actually have enough mana to play the Bloodbraid Elf or the whatever that's sitting in their hand for sure, but they're going to hit it on time. This deck, yeah, no, there's never a chance against this deck. It's always this level of savagery. We're on 1 land. We're on 1 land. 1. GG, close game. Doesn't really feel like it. I felt like they just took us apart at every turn by being just like a half a turn ahead with Utopia Sprawl, Arbor Elf. I mean, don't get me wrong. It actually was quite a close game. It's just, this is just so gross. Like the double pillage with the blood, like... This deck did not need to be better. This deck never needed to be better. It was fine in the last metagame, and then they banned Astrolabe. Ugh. OP keeps 1-lander, then puts you on 1 land. Karma, where are you? No, they put... I mean, yeah, I guess. Probably should have popped this before their... I guess we do it during combat. No clock, huh? No clock, huh? Their deck is nothing but clock. Like... What do you got? Yeah, it's fine. It's like playing against Jund and being like, well, they're on 3 mana, but they haven't started killing me yet. It's like, okay, but if they have you on 0 cards in hand, it's a pretty big deal. All right, so Galvanic Blast and Aether Gust again. Life from the Loam might be a card that's worth playing, but I think Lotus Cobra, once again, is not. Oh. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I just hate these new versions of the Gruul mid-range deck that are playing Bone Crusher Giant. They're so good against decks like this. Because when all they had was 4 lightning bolts to deal with your creatures, we were able to stick more impactful crap like this. Can I keep this? I can. It's sketchy, but I'm gonna. Kind of like Lotus Cobra here. I haven't drawn one yet. It lets you win under a moon, I guess. My problem is I haven't drawn one yet, so I don't know how good or otherwise that it is. You might be right. You might be right. It's probably better than Loam. Shit. Damn it. Damn you, Moto interface. Damn you. Alright. Please turn 1 Arbor Elf. Do not play Utopia Sprawl for the love of Christ. Just one time. Fuck off, man. I'm so sick of this crap. Every time you have a way to interact with the Arbor Elf. I agree with Speeve. Yeah, we're going to try. I think the Loams were probably the right thing to cut because we already have 4 Wrenn and 6. Utopia Sprawl is annoying. I agree. Yeah. I was just tilted by losing to Pillage, and I kept the Loams in because of it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. Oh god. If they pillage me here, I'm going to be really, really, really upset. Yep. It couldn't not happen, because I missed my second land drop with Wrenn and 6 and Life of the Loam in my hand. And I could have taken the other choice where I put my Kinnan into play there, but I didn't. I didn't want to sack the food. I wanted to get to this turn and draw a land.
Host, you can boast the most roast.
Well, we got a host from Zanman, so we're gonna buck up. We had our previous round was amazing, so hopefully we can do better. Because this is goddamn pathetic. Well, whoa. Terrible moment for you and your crew to join Zanman. This game is a complete shit show, and the previous game was a complete shit show against Grull as well. So it's definitely not looking impressive here. We have an engineered explosives in hand that could have completely eaten their board, and we're not going to be allowed to do that at all. Play an EE on 0 if I draw a land to shock in Galvanic Blast. But if I don't draw a land, I'm just going to be done here. Of course we draw a land. How could we not draw a land? It's a land that casts me nothing, unfortunately. Okay. Amazingly, if we hit a green source on the next turn and they haven't killed my new land, yes, my whole second land, we could be all right here, which is just insane, but let's see what they got. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Well, that doesn't kill lands. They play another Sprawl. All right. I'm not dead yet. All right. Okay. So what's the best we can do here? We get Kinnan to play. We tap Kinnan for 2 mana. Play Life from the Loam, pick up 2 lands. Play Engineered Explosives on 1 and Galvanic Blast the Scavenging Ooze. That is the best line. Got it. I can't play Kinnan. God damn it, Jiggy. There's no stomping ground in your list. Come on, man. We talked about this. All right. Yep. Can only get a tap land. Okay. 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 That's gonna be alright. I was just excited to 5-0 with this deck, you know? And I know we don't 5-0 here, but Glorybringer, sure. Why not? Why not? Oh no, feel free to go for more value first before you end my life. Sure, yes, that's fine. You know, I'm good. I'm good. God, I hate that girl deck. It's just, I don't know. It's like losing to Burn. It just feels so scripted. And like, don't get me wrong, I've played against very, very, very good girl players. I don't want to call it Ponza, because Ponza was an old, terrible deck. Right? Like, Ponza was like red-green land destruction. This one is good. It's been good for a while. It's good even when they play 0 copies of Pillage and like 0 copies of Blood Moon. Because just playing Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl into Bloodbraid Elf and like Seasoned Pyromancer is insane. Yeah, land loss is like unbelievably tilting. Now that there's some downtime. You get it. Geomancer's Cannon. Well, that card is bad. Alright, definitely keeping this one. If we hit a green source, we're in serious business. So, and we have a Witching Well to try to smooth ourselves out towards it. Okay, if we are actually against control for once, yikes, then these can be exceptionally good matchups for us. So we'll see what's up. Shocks in the steam vents, then does nothing? Interesting. I'm going to bottom the Bauble because it just draws me a card, but it's slow trips. It's basically the same as just scrying it to the bottom. Bolt opt in hand? Holding up Bolt. Maybe. But that why would you do that in response to the Witching Well? It's just such a weird. No, it's not. No, it's something super crazy, spicy, bonkers. And this draw is more than a little unfortunate. Humble Defector. Draw 2 cards. Target opponent gains control of Humble Defector. Activate this ability only during your turn. Yeah, this is bonkers. How often have you gone up against blue-white control in your leagues? Almost never. Exarch? Who's Exarch? I'm going to play... Okay. I was wondering if they're going to play Charming Prince. They just bolted it. Opponent's doing something weird. That's for sure. My deck is being very pathetic. Oh, I should have put the Yorion in my hand there. Okay. Why not? Why not? Why? We had such a good first match. Why wouldn't everything else be a train wreck so far? Come on. Come on. Let's get to play some Magic here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Snap Bolt. Sure. Or Opt. Sure. Also fine. What the hell? I mean, that's going to be problematic very quickly, so I guess. I like them being tapped down. Like, if we hit a green land right now, it's kind of insane. Fuck off. Come on. God, I miss Astrolabe. Okay, we've got 1 turn ahead of Greenland, and they have 4 mana untapped. All right, let's do it. 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 Let's get them. Yep. Kel Surprise. They can through the breach a humble defector on my end step, and then on their turn draw 2 cards with it, and then it sacrifices at the end of their turn. Technically, like that is a set of things that can happen. To what end, I don't know, but Jesus. Okay, we played 1 spell because I couldn't find a green before turn 6. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. No, but it will sacrifice at end of turn because it was put into play with the breach. Okay, so Gusts and probably Force. I think Loam goes out. Well, it was put into play by a through the breach, right? At the end of the turn, there's a trigger that causes it to become sacrificed, no matter who controls it. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I don't know if I want Ashiok here. Maybe. Right. I'm going to cut a Lotus Cobra. Let's see if we can draw one. And a Mox Amber. Nahiri the Harbinger. Ah, oh, what a savage. Alright, this is the best Lotus Cobra hand I've ever seen. We can get Breeding Pool into... Nah, we're just getting an island here. Okay. It's actually kind of good. This guarantees I have 4 mana on turn 3. The original mistake, Lotus Cobra. Okay, well, they're doing their thing again. So I think I just want to crack my Witching Well here. I'll let them have their fun with their weird thing. Could have done with the second Lotus Cobra in play. Yeah, you're right. No, I didn't understand the line. Thank you for bringing it up. Playing the second Lotus Cobra was by far the superior line. but I didn't realize it. That would also mean that I don't have a fetch land on a future turn, but we can always draw another one, so... Love Lotus Cobra so much. I mean, it's neat. I don't know if it's actually all that good in this deck. Same with the Loams. They haven't come up at all. Second Humble Defector. Weird. Okay, well, definitely playing Lotus Cobra this turn. So, yeah. Each one of these triggers is totally separate. So we should be able to go off here, actually. Play fetch land. Triggers. Always yield. Always yes. So this one will get red. Always yes. We'll get green. We'll fetch. We're going to have more than 6. Get a green. Get another green. So we got blue. Play song. Song lets me play another land. So let's just do this. Okay. Play the song. Play the goose. Yield. Get the goose in play. Yield. PE on 0. You didn't know about the Explorer text. Oh man, you've been missing out. I had a Scalding Tarn with my name on it. Bang bang. So blue, green. Let's fetch first. I'm gonna get something that I want to shock because if I draw, no, I've already made all my land drops, so just getting the island is fine. Okay. So blue, and I might need a red somewhere along the line, so let's get it now. Don't have a Kinnan yet, but let's play that Bauble because it's free. Aether Gust. Okay. Second song is guaranteed win, basically, I think. So let's do that. It's a little scary, but it's usually worth it. Play Kinnan. There's an Urza that I can't play. I need to find a Springleaf Drum. Oh, I can play the Engineered Explosives on 0. Okay, we're definitely getting there. Every spell is drawing us 4 right now, so. Mox. Oh, there's a Springleaf. So, use that. I have 40 cards left in my deck, so I can play out more, but I think we're Gucci. Play Urza, draw. How big is my construct? 7/7? Guess I could Aether Gust both their Humble Defectors right now, but I don't. Let's just play another Urza. All right. Now I'm done. I feel done. Yeah, deck goes off. Deck goes off. All right, and attack for 2. Boop. They block. No kidding. I have a Gilded Goose in play. If they play an Emrakul somehow, let's just gust this Humble Defector because I don't want them to have any blockers. Okay, and then we're discarding an Uro here. They put it on the bottom. No kidding. Okay, so let's just pass the turn. Yeah, that was my turn 4. Okay, Lotus Cobra's got something going on. I don't know if it's that good, but what do you do? Bounce a construct? Good luck. So I can't necessarily kill them here, but it's going to be close enough. I don't know. Let's not do anything fancy. Just Urza attacks to fairy, attack, attack, attack. Make a food. No, don't want to do that. Hold on. I want to crack a food. Boop. Okay. So now we're at 17. So Emrakul is really, really not going to kill us. So good luck. What do you got? 2 Emrakuls? Nihiri, exile my construct? Sure. Yeah. I think that's game. Yeah, I guess I can find a... they conceded. I could find a Wrenn and Six to ping them for the last damage because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we were going to draw... Gee, I wonder how long it'll take me to find a Wrenn and Six. I'm going to have to dig deep. Gonna have to dig deep. But if you saw us go off there, like, I mean, and obviously we didn't need the second Song of Creation. It just made it go quicker. But I don't know if this deck needs Life from the Loam at all. Like, I think Jiggy's got some hot nonsense going on with this. So I think part of the reason that Life from the Loam was introduced to the deck in the first place was to dredge the echoes. The Echo of Eons, when it was the Narset version of this deck. I think in this configuration it's unnecessary. So... shit. There we go. Good. Alright. Oh, it's my turn. So I want Forest into Scalding Tarn. His hand slaps? It sure do. It sure do, Speeve. Gotta have you young folks on here to tell me all the lingo. Song, this hand slaps. His hand's a banger. What gets put instead of life? I'm not sure yet. Maybe just get the Karns back. But I mean, we've just basically come full circle to the original list, but with Lotus Cobra added, which maybe is good. I mean, we'll see. At least for this configuration. But I'm always happy to entertain Jiggy's insane ideas because they are occasionally exceptional. I think the point is that the Temur Urza core is still very, very, very powerful. And with very little tweaking, it goes off with Song of Creation in a fairly definitive way. You don't need to do a lot to this deck to make it this like very, very powerful mid-range deck that can suddenly combo people out. Which is a good place to be in Modern. So, out of my 2 options here, I think I'd rather attempt to resolve Wrenn and Six. And I have 2 of them anyway. And if I get it down next turn instead of this turn, I still get to pick up and play a land drop. So, yeah. Breach. That's exceedingly unnecessary, my friend, but I like the way you think. I like the cut of your jib. Who's that ignoramus? That's Homer Simpson, sir. Is a new man? Actually, he foiled your campaign for mayor. His wife painted you in the nude. It doesn't ring a bell. Alright, so we can Wrenn and Six and ping down to Fairy, or we can Wrenn and Six and pick up the land and play the Gilded Goose. I honestly think that Teferi is a small enough deal for our deck that we're just going to pick up the land and play the Gilded Goose. Make the greedy deck greedier. I mean, I don't even know if like Breach is necessarily greedy so much as it is like weird and excessive. I think one of the problems that I have with the idea of playing Breach is that it makes you vulnerable to graveyard interaction in a way that you aren't currently. I mean, I know we're playing Uros, like I'm looking at two of them in my hand, so obviously we are in a way vulnerable to graveyard interaction, but not in a significant way. Like if our opponent plays like Rest in Peace or what have you, it doesn't cripple our deck. Ashiok is powerful against us because it shuts down all the fetches, and we play 12, I think. Play an exceedingly high number of fetches. So okay, I can play what's better than Loam? No, what is better than Loam? Galv Blast. Oh yeah. You just play Galv Blast in the main deck. Yeah. But I think we've played like literally that configuration before. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that was literally a configuration of the Kinnan deck that we've run before. Okay, so if I Kinnan into... Alright, if my Kinnan resolves, I get to play Uro here as well. Which is not spectacular, because I don't have a land to drop in, but I'll take... Oh, actually, I can do more. Huh. I always forget. This deck can always do more than you thought it could. Let's go green. Blue. Uro. Because I want to gain the life. Question about song creation. Sure, what's up? And then I'm going to make a very strange little play here. I'm just going to drop this Engineered Explosives into play on 0. The idea here is to insulate me against the potential Emrakul. Still not going to be that good, but... No, we never did. In what way would you want to, quote, exploit the fact that you only need to discard on your turn? I'm not sure I understand what you're after with that idea. Okay. It looks like they're super light on basics, so I'm kind of excited about this Ghost Quarter. That said, I don't want to put myself down on lands right now. Really wish it was a Field of Ruin, but beggars, not choosers. Please let my Kinnan hit your Teferi. Nope. That's upsetting. That's going to be really, really upsetting, isn't it? Yep. There goes my Wrenn and Six. And my Kinnan. I got a backup Kinnan. But, yeah. What? But you don't have any cards in your hand on your opponent's turn. We'll top this. Flashback, adventure, sure. Kill Snappy. How? Oh yeah. We're gonna play Uro into Wrenn and Six here. Yeah, that's the plan. But we'll ping the Teferi so they can't bounce anything. Oh, I should have played the Kinnan first. Shit. So I can tap this for blue, this for green, but I still won't be able to play the Wrenn and Six. So we'll tap this for red. Shit. I could have navigated this turn better. It's fine. It's fine. Sure. I like that they're on one card in hand. I like that a lot. Yeah, okay. Draw step, ghost quarter them, I guess. Yikes, now it's tough. Well, we've got Uros. I think we'll be okay. Got Kinnan into Uro next turn? I think we'll be alright. Snap. Sure. Snap Serum Visions? Seems okay. Yeah. They have no basic on it? No, okay. I was like, there's no way. Sure. I mean, if you come up with anything, I'm more than willing to entertain madness, as usual. All right. Well, kind of need this to resolve. I'm aware that Teferi is probably going to be able to bounce this, but there's really nothing else I can do right now. I can put Uro into my hand, but that is not appealing. Okay. Sorry, Yorion. I could put Yorion in my hand. Because Uro's about to be in my hand. Well, we get to put Yorion in our hand. Unless I would prefer to cycle a Ketria Triome, but I think I'm going to have the Yorion. It's going to give me a good number of permanents. And permanents are what I might need against Big Mama and Rakul. Okay, pass the turn. Bolt Kinnan, sure. Bounce Arrow, sure. I do wonder if they're playing Breach. Maybe they're just playing the new card, the red polymorph. That's a good pickup. I like that one. All right. Resolves, please. Benny Hills? Who's Benny Hills? Is Benny Hills someone significant? He's so good. Oh, that's terrifying. Transmogrify. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Okay. Can make a food, then play my Uro. Can make a food and just play Yorion here? I think that's the line. Sorry. He's a good blue-white X player. Good to know. Yeah, we can make a food and then play Yorion here. So hopefully they're not going to Wrath me. They haven't seemed inclined to play things like Wrath yet. If they do it now, it's going to be really rough. Really rough. But if they don't have things like Wrath, we are in banging good... they conceded. Wrecked them. Well, Benny Hills may be great, but apparently the mana symbol is greater. They just straight up conceded to my sick Sky Noodle value. They got whomped with the noodle. Whomped with the noodle. Temur can't beat, or can't lose to blue-white. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he was fumbling around trying to find a way to get an Emrakul into play, and there was a window. Basically, it was like turn 5-6. I thought the stream was PG. Not so much anymore. I mean, it's mostly PG. I try to keep it reasonably professional, but it's a given value of professional. Okay. Never quite understood why people view swearing as a professional. Not kidding. Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes from the idea that it's not appropriate in all venues, and therefore a professional wants to be appropriate to the sort of largest group of people. Like professional being like someone who wants to get paid to do a thing. So if you think of professional entertainers, it's professional musicians, professional chefs, professional this, professional that. Like when you're interacting with your clients, by and large, you don't want to offend or off-put anyone. And since you can't be sure of what other people's opinions are, you just don't. It's like getting into politics with the person. It doesn't matter what my politics are if you're hiring me to cook, right? If you're hiring me to cater, it shouldn't matter to you what my politics are, and it shouldn't matter to me what your politics are for the most part. I mean, obviously you could run your life in a different way, and I don't object to that. I'm just saying, like, I think that this is the sort of standard understanding. So this is the kind of hand we kept before and got horrifically punished. So let's follow the Jiggywiggy school of thought on that one and just ship it. This one is much better. I like the Witching Well in this context, so let's do this. We get to go for... We don't have a Stomping Grounds in our deck. We don't have a Stomping Ground in our deck. That said, we can play turn one. One of the many things that baffles me. Well, I know, Roy. You're a strange human. I like you a lot, but there's a bunch of things that other people just sort of... I don't know. There's a large number of things that are just sort of like societal context cues. I'll use a lot of words to describe what it is, and maybe that'll stick somehow. I think the funny thing for you sometimes is where it's like you understand what the standard is, but somehow you don't understand the severity to which not following that standard can be seen as odd. Man, I'm hungry. I wish pizza places were open late here. Where you at, Speeve? Do you not live in a city that doesn't sleep? And if so, why? Seems like a terrible choice. You always got to live in a city that doesn't sleep, my friend. Cities that don't sleep are choice. Live in Wisconsin. Ah, Wisconsin. That's quite a bit of the neck of the woods out there, bud. It's a heck of a way out there. Okay, so we get a really weird sequence of plays here. City of 80,000. Yeah, I wouldn't even call that a city. Because I'm a jerk. Well, no, I mean, I don't think trouble should ever ensue from that kind of sequence of events. That I think is by and large very. Actually, that's a lie. There's an amazing bar scene here. Great, creates an interesting life. Yeah, it certainly could. Are we against? Like, what are we against here? As foretold again. Okay, this is a poor matchup for this deck, I think. But that kind of play we can beat. Appleton, Wisconsin is the drunkest city. How do you measure that on a metric? What is the drunk index? I have some follow-up questions. Don't force this, for the love of Christ. If you force this, I'll be real upset. They have a force. They're gonna have a force. They did not have a force, thank goodness. All right. So we get to play a Lotus Cobra here, and then if they don't attack my Wrenn and Six, we have a completely ludicrous next turn. It's pretty unlikely, but I kind of need the breeding pool here. But I'm going to go ahead and guess that I'm going to be lucky and not do that. All right. Lotus Cobra feels really bad in this matchup too, just because they have Electro Dominance, and then the last player had Lightning Bolts, although I don't know how many they were packing and if they were boarded. My college town, Eau Claire, is number 1 this time around. Appleton was the one last year. Okay, so yeah, just Wrenn and Six going down here. They are not thrilled with my card advantage engine. They don't want me having the manas, which is fair. I understand that it's scurry. Balance me, nerd. I've got 2 cards in hand. You got 5. Hit me with that balance. Hit me with that balance. That balance. Do it. Oh, they didn't do it. All right, so we get to go Lotus Cobra into Urza here. That's kind of neat. Wrenn and Six goes ping ping. That's true. That is how Wrenn and Six do. Ghost Quarter triggers. Okay. Always yield. Always yes. Blue. Yes. Blue. Cool. Tap this one and this. Play Urza. Lord High Artificer. Binge drinking. I'm in. Oh, Roy. Careful, bud. I think our opponent was just struggling with the fact that their opponent, me, was playing Urza. They're like, wait. Didn't you get the memo? You can't play that card. It's unplayable. So I have options here. I can sit back and make a food, which makes my construct a 5/5 for blocking, which I'm kind of excited to do, so gonna do it. So let's just attack for 2 here, and then we'll look to get a block here. Make a food with... Oh, I already used my Springleaf Drum, so I can't do that. Well, shit. All right, let's put Yorion in my hand then, because Yorion can get me a replacement construct if I need to lose the first one. Okay, pass the turn. Is it Charm? Neat. I haven't seen that card in a deck in a while. Discards Stomping Grounds, Fire Bluff. Fair enough. You definitely don't need more lands than you have. Whew. Alrighty. I'll take this. I'll go to 10. I got life to play with here. I assume this means they have some kind of follow-up where they wipe me out, but... Exile Gargadon, cast. Restore balance. I couldn't believe how good the food was in Columbus, Ohio when we went to SCG Columbus. Next time, Roy, if you want to tolerate like a 6-hour car trip. That was a fucking time. In like 2 years from now, obviously. That's fair. Feel like traveling across the... Well, that should be after he's gone. He should be gone after this year. I don't have complete faith in that fact, but I really hope this becomes a small forgotten chapter of American history. I am glad I bought the cards in for this deck. This deck is still sweet. Where are you? Where is my beautiful boy? There he is. There he is. Look at him. Sky Noodle. Full frame Sky Noodle. I'm amazed by the amount of progress that humanity makes when people are perpetually irritated. Noodles of the sky. That's right. There's a beautiful... Yeah, I was going to say, there's a beautiful piece of modern frame art. The clouds in this thing are just unreal. So beautiful. And I love the Urza art. I love the construct art. Gilded Goose has got a pretty cool thing going on. Witching Well's got a good vibe. All the little fairy lights. It was built by the Witch of Lochmere. Most of the wishes it grants are its own. After trying Mudkippers for an afternoon, Scratch decided that Crick Carp made the best noise. Look at that man go. Arms are a blur. Cyril von der Hagen did some wonderful art there. That's just really cool. The comic style motion blur. I have a tendency to find patterns and things I see. Admittedly, this backfires from time to time, which is why I find your personal affinity for art intriguing. Thus far, the only common link is nostalgia. Well, it's weird because, yeah, my perception of Magic art tends to be very, what do I want to say? It's usually a little bit. I don't want to say shallow, but shallow is the word that I'm going to use. I usually just sort of take a cursory feeling about a piece of art. Okay. Spinning the Urza. Yikes. Shouldn't have played the land first. All right. Let's go. Combat, crack in, make food. Cast Yorion? No, I can't do that. So, not making any food this turn. But I'll slide the goose, so that's good enough. I could not attack with the construct, but I think it's worth doing. Now they're going to go Electro Dominance, Restore Balance? Nope. Good. They just get cracked for a fairly significant margin. And then here's hoping that they weren't just baiting out everything in order to have the sick kill. Yorion. Taco Bell, the Neo brand of fast food. Is that slanderous? I don't know if I should be contacting Taco Bell and letting them know you're talking smack. You know it exists, you know you're not going to love it, you're just in the mood for something explosive and short-lived. Yikes. So I can put Song on top, huh? Song on top seems okay. Especially if I, well, we'll see. If I get to keep any number of permanents here, Song on top is great. We'll see. Let's see how badly they can massacre me here. They spent 1,000,000 years tanking on their turn, so I'm assuming something horrible is about to happen to me. But I've put an insurmountable board. T-Bell is unique. Yeah. I haven't eaten Taco Bell in probably over a decade. They scooped. Awesome. Love it. Love it. It satisfies like one craving that others cannot. Yeah, I don't have that though. I don't have the craving that Taco Bell wants me to have, and when I do, I just make that kind of food myself. Like I can make reasonable Mexican food. So I think the Life from the Loams again come out here because they're just too slow. I can't imagine any game state where I'd want them here. I can cut one Wrenn and Six and maybe one Mox Amber again. Mazemind Tome's a little clunky, but the Lotus Cobras were pretty good there. Feels like the fast food test for instant versus delayed gratification. Isn't that a beautiful summary? My usual go-to, if I can get it, is Wendy's. Wendy's Junior Bacons are great, and they actually taste pretty fresh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a way that kind of thing would work, is that if your friends are going to go for it, then you're going to get sucked in. Ooh. Peer pressure fast food. Yeah. Isn't that the way of it? Okie dokie. Don't think I can keep that one. Opponent mulligans, so happy to mull here. I could have kept that because I had Springleaf into Emry, but this is way better anyway, so. Keep this, ship the basic forest. Yeah, okay. Pretty happy about that. So. Shock. Goose. Bauble. Alright, let's draw some hot fire. Also, you don't draw anything good. Finale of Promise. Yikes. That is an exceptionally powerful magic card in their deck. Okay, looking like Electro Dominance for 0 is a coming. Maybe not. Spell Snare. That's unexpected. Alright. I think I'm going to crack my food, play Witching Well here. Just want to see if I can find some action. Yikes. I almost want to keep Engineered Explosives for the potential to go after an As Foretold or some Rhinos. It's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I think I'm going to keep it. It's not like a great draw, but we've got Lotus Cobra and then 3 mana, which means I can immediately play it on 3 and go after a As Foretold. Looks like I'm not going to need to, but I could have. In which case, assuming this resolves, we'll go get our Yorion, I guess. I think we're going to go get our Yorion. Shoot. Oh, They're going to bolt it. Is it Charm? Okay, so this means I'm going to get a forest. Should have added green. But I'm going to get a forest so that I can pop out of food here. Okay. Yeah, so. We find a Song of Creation could go nuts really quickly. But even a land is going to be okay. Mishra's Bauble. Not the best, but alright. I'm going to Bauble myself, see if there's a land on top. If there is, I'm going to sack the Witching Well, draw some cards. Springleaf Drum. Do I think it's likely the second card is a land? No, not really. Okay. Pass the turn. How many reserve list cards does Will My Hippo collection contain? It's higher than I expected. Was it every legend from Legends was reserve list? Yeah, well, I think they're stalled. I think they wanted the Is It Charm to rummage. Their deck can function very well off of 2 lands. We know one of the cards in their hand is currently Finale of Promise because we saw it on a Bauble at the early game. So that doesn't really have any options yet, other than like once they get to 4 mana, they can once they get to 4 mana they can flashback Is It Charm only. So that's a mid to late game card for them. They don't have an As Foretold yet, so they probably have the lack of stack interaction in this deck bugs me. In our deck? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, we're definitely a big mana deck. The minimal stack. Yeah. I mean, you can call it what you want. I agree with you. It's certainly a weakness in Modern, but I think also that building this deck in a different way would... You would pull out a lot of the cards that we are playing. I don't think you'd play Mox Amber and Kinnan in a deck that wanted more stack interaction because, the powerful mana engine that they put together, I think, that is best used to just vomit more permanents onto the battlefield. Okay, so they're going to Electro Dominance something here? Yep. So we've got EE for 0 to deal with this. In theory. They could Finale for 0. Cast the Rhinos again. Don't know what that is. Shock the Goose, sure. So they're just going all in. That's fair. I see why they did it. We're going to punish them for it. The version with Cryptic Force and Galvanic Blast, but Astrolabe made that click. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you can play that just fine now. I mean, I don't know about just fine, but you can play that version. So they could replay Crashing Footfalls right now with the Finale of Promise. Just makes your mana very painful. But it's not just that. I mean, you don't get to have an artifact kicking around in play. So that your post-Urza... Shit. So that when you hit that post-Urza period, that you have an extra piece of mana. Don't do it. Finale X equals 2 for Is It Charm and shit. Spell Snare. Okay, well, we can get rid of one of those for the moment. Let's draw an Emry. Oh, or, yeah, we could just do that. That's fine. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Oh. Let's do it now. 80 card deck. We're good. Don't need any help. This is an annoying position to be in. I agree. Be even more annoying if I had like an Urza in my hand. Draws Urza. Well, that's a card I could draw here. Next turn, we're going to draw the Urza or Song of Creation. That's my big brain suggestion for what's going to happen. They should crack their Fiery Islet to draw here. They should do. There you are. I want my shuffling deck. Three. Veldegriff, Pygmy Hippo, and Yavimaya Hollow. Which one's Yavimaya Hollow? I don't remember. Oh. Adds colorless. That's a card. Most expensive by far. They main phase sack the Fiery Islet? Now they main phase Is It Charm. Oh, I could have Aether Gusted that. Shit. Oh well. It's card disadvantage. Woof! Wait, what? It's only $50. I mean, I say only, obviously that's not a... Jeez. Alright. Has a hippo on the art. Oh, buddy. Maybe 2. What are you drawing? What are you drawing? Steam Meds. Nice. Love that. Don't know what's in their hand, but they're doing a whole lot of nothing with it so far, so... Rip me. Rip my opponent's clock, dude. They have to win 2 games right now. Greater Gargadon goes into exile. Alright. Opponent is making progress towards some kind of game state. Gotta watch out for them Gargadons. Yikes. Actually, this is really good. Not yikes at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You need double red for this, whatever this is. Why did they play it for 1? Just 'cause? I don't know. We're okay. I mean, we're not okay, but like... Maybe they have Bolt? Why would they... No, they have Restore Balance in their hand. 110%. Like... There's no way that's not what they have here. So I just don't know why they did. Oh, they did it on draw step to wipe my hand out, obviously. So we're gonna do that. But we're still kind of fucked. We're still super, super fucked. Because, like, yeah, we're just going to go to nothing here. We're going to have a Witching Well and a Springleaf Drum. And a Mox Amber. We just whiffed for too many turns. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, even if I got the Wrenn and Six into play, it wouldn't really matter. I mean, I guess we could start to rebuild because their Gargadon would be on, yeah, like, still like 5 counters. So, but yeah, it would be a different game. That's for sure. We'll see if they go for it. I mean, I do have mana open here again. If they wait for draw step again, they could get punished. We'll see. We had a pretty incredible set of draws earlier where we had 1 Engineered Explosives into the 2nd Engineered Explosives, but then we drew the 3rd Engineered Explosives as well as a bunch of nothing for a while, which was less than great. Opponent is stopped on their own draw step infinitely. They're really making my 4th match here take a inappropriate amount of time. Oh, this is going to be dominance for 2. Kill your Emry before you cast Restore Balance. No, they're just dominancing me for 2. Sure. Let's see if they have it. Let's see if they actually have it. I assume that they do, but maybe they screwed up. Yep. All right. Nope. They're not going to screw it up. But it's going to take them a million years, so I'm going to wreck their clock here because they are taking a goddamn eternity to play this game, and I don't care. So we're gonna game them good here, gamers. Okay. I have some permanents. All I needed to do is That's a card. Where were you? Where were you? Nope. Stupid force. Maybe it'll show up in game 3. Holy shit.
You can run, but you can't glide.
This... Faster, Grandma! Grandma's gaining on us! What's up, Ross? I hope everything's going well for you. Saw that you got your new Junge Shadow Primer, whatever all that was on out there. We are playing some of the craziness that is Kinnan and Urza. We're trying to get Urza going again in Modern. Previously with Blue-White Thopter Sword was a 4-1, and then this one has been pretty spectacular. Although we're losing game 2 to the slowest as foretold player ever. So, thanks for the raid, Ben. Thanks for the raid. Oh, it's here. We die. This really looks like an elephant, right? How is this not an elephant? It's got tusks and everything. Wouldn't expect anything fast. I've played against exceptionally fast as foretold players before, but usually in like prelims and stuff. I think we're good with the way we boarded here. I still don't really think I should be boarding in Life from Loam. The prophecy comes true, but it takes a while. That's for darn sure. If anyone is interested in the bananasness that we're playing, exclamation point deck will get you the list. It is craziness. There should be an on-screen widget that allows you to see this deck list. And if people keep following, you'll see different Simpsons GIFs. I've got a bunch of them. Also, if you're interested in more Simpsons GIFs, you can head down below the video stream and click on a link for my Imager thing, and there are plenty of wonderful Simpsons GIFs in there. I think the newest ones are all there. Pretty sure I got them up there. Let's go have a little look-see. Imgur. Are all my new ones in there? They are, but they're hidden. How do I unhide them? Oh no. Oh no, 404. Don't 404 me, man. Oh well. It'll be alright. Alright, would I like to play first? Yes, please. Alright. Again, we got some kind of rough color issues. But I suppose I could pull the classic Saffron Olive and Ghost Quarter myself on turn 2 to get this Wrenn and Six down. Engineered Explosives is a good card to have, although not with Mox Amber necessarily. How lucky am I feeling? Are we feeling lucky? I think we're feeling lucky. Let's do it up. 4-mana spell plus 4-mana spell isn't a good recipe. I agree with you, but we're going to rock. Why is Urza good in this list? Oh, you got to see it all come together. It's insane. It's definitely not overly negative. I can understand the questioning what Urza is doing here, but it really is pretty incredible. I'm 2-1 right now. We had a colossal meltdown against Gruul where they had a 1-land draw where they took us apart somehow. It was insane. It's a greedy deck, and it's pretty neat. Yes, that is a very apt description of what we're doing here. What do you got? Seeming Spirit Guide, get some rhinos, please. I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Do it. Do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Come on. Bring on the rhinos. These are the current MTGO sounds, so I don't know what you've been hearing before this, but this is current MTGO. Boom! Boom! Nice hand, nerd. Nice Simian Spirit Guide. I thought I was greedy. So we're definitely going to Ghost Core ourselves on the next turn, by the way, if we don't draw land. Because then we get to add a red, Ghost Quarter, get a green, play the Wrenn and Six, pick up the Steam Vents, play the Steam Vents, and then play the Springleaf Drum. So we actually kind of... Oh, and the Mox Amber, and then the Lotus Cobra. So it actually works out really fast. Huh, crazy. Here we go. Saffron all of this shit up. And modern. All right. My opponent forces me here, I will cry. With their 3-card hand. Thank goodness. First things first. Let's get my land back. We went from 2 lands to 2 lands this turn. Neat. Just like Marge and her potatoes, I just think this is neat. I want to play Lotus Cobra, or do I want to hold up Aether Gust? Didn't even realize there was a Ghost Core in this list. There really shouldn't be. It hasn't come up in any sort of relevant way. It's just been a pain in the ass. I'm so hesitant against As Foretold, but if they As Foretold, they're probably... If they manage to set up an As Foretold, they're probably going to set up something like Ancestral Visions or... Sure wish the Ghost Quarter was a Stomping Ground. No kidding. Alright, so we're probably going to get As Foretold into Ancestral Visions here. Which we can play through, but it's not free. That's fine. That's completely fine. I didn't need that Lotus Cobra anyway. But I wanted it. All right, but we do get to Uro this turn and start ripping along, so that's pretty sweet. So maybe we're going to be already here. I guess starting next turn, we're going to be going after them with the Ghost Quarter, which is kind of hot. What do I want to do here? I just want to cast Uro. So if I play Springleaf, play Uro, I don't necessarily get to hold up the Aether Gust. So Springleaf is oftentimes free, but that's free if you've got a creature that sticks around and play, which we don't. Although Kinnan is going to make the Springleaf Drum go into maximum overdrive. So that's always fun. Which I think... If we have an excuse to play this Aether Gust, we're going to get to escape our Uro next turn with a boatload of mana. Or we can grab our Yorion. So we get to do stuff. We get to do stuff. Our opponent chooses to do no stuff. All right, let's go get another green. Why not play Kinnan? Because I want to have this Aether Gust up if they hit me with Crash of Rhinos right now, because that could put me in a world of hurt very quickly. Or Crashing Footfalls. Sorry, Crashing Footfalls. Also, things like Hour of Promise, even Electro Dominance into Restore Balance would be less than ideal right now. So, yeah, it's a pretty reasonably high upside. And Kinnan kind of comes down for free next turn because he's going to crank up the Mox Amber and the Springleaf Drum. And now we have an Urza. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So we do this thing. Yeah, I don't need more red. Play this thing. Play this thing.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the
Thanks for
freedom
the follow,
fighters
Hot Beer.
before
Hold
the
on.
start
Yeah,
of
I
the rainy
gotta
season. And remember,
read out all these
shiny
follows
new
that I've been
donkey
getting.
for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
So Hot Beer, 9 Cytheris, Just for Dark Knight, Disco Shark, Dwight Distol, and again, thanks, Ross. Please, though, get rid of the snow-covered lands. Never. Never. They will live as a perpetual testament to the greatest injustice that I've ever seen happen to the modern ban list in my time playing. I love these lands. I literally have them right here in paper. I like them. So, no. I refuse. Okay, I think I'm supposed to gust this, because it kind of feels like they're in desperation. What if Urza made double mana with Kinnan? Would this deck just be tier 1? It would be insane. That would be terrifying. Jiggy 7-0 to challenge with this. Every copy of Astrolabe should be strapped to a rocket and fired in the sun. We're going to have to agree to disagree, my friend. We're going to have to agree to disagree. And I'm okay with that. I respect it being banned, but I will never agree with it being banned, you know? But I will agree that it needed to be banned. You know? It's just, you know, I love that card. I love that card. I love what it did. And I love the format before this one. This is a great modern format. I just like the one before better. I'm a control player and a mid-range player of very, very greedy piles. So I like playing 3 and 4 color piles, and I like being able to conceivably win the burn matchup. I really wish they had just banned Uro or Mystic Sanctuary instead. But this is the world we live in, and I am willing to deal with the fact that it is better for other people for it to be this way. I am not greedy. I will let it be a better format for everyone at the cost of a small, worse format for me. Mystic Sanctuary is an abomination, I agree. Only really because it's an island, or because yeah, I loved Yorion Flickering Astrolabe. And if you're interested in seeing that, I'm going to be playing a lot of Strifo Pile this week. So apparently the Mana Traders event for the next month is going to be Legacy. So I'm going to do my very best to qualify for that, playing a bunch of Punishing Thieves. The deck made famous by Strifo. Chase Hansen. Mana Silex. Mana Silex is a garbage tier card. The reason that nobody knows what that card is because nobody should be playing it. Okie dokie. You guys ready to strap yourselves to a rocket and go flying into the sun? Because here we go. No, you're not the first person to say that. That is 100% the reason the card is egregious. The decks that were already incentivized to play a bunch of fetch lands get to like kind of immediately win the game off of playing a fetch land. Okay, so yield, and here we go. It's worth getting demonetized on this. Hold on. Where are you? Combo time. So the reason you want Urza when you're going off is because when you get to these states, every one of these 0 mana artifacts that you play, they'll draw you 2 cards and they'll add a blue mana to your total. So we're just going to straight up kill our opponent this turn with a giant construct. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do, but it's okay. Thank you. The only problem is this recording is actually apparently owned by someone that I ripped it off of on YouTube, so there's a good chance this video gets some amount of demonetized, but, you know, frankly, I'm just not big enough for that to matter on the amount of views that I'm getting and all that, all those metrics, so. We got Goosetron. Every goose is now in play. This is why I put more songs back into the deck. Jiggy was playing some very conservative number of songs. I think it was literally 1. Okay, they're at actual factual 20. So I need 3 more artifacts. We'll get there, it's just... And I know what you're thinking. What if they suddenly have a removal spell at the end? Well, don't worry, because we are going to have all sorts of Force of Negations and tons of mana with which to play them. So let's go tap, tappa, tappa, tappa. Draw a card. What else do I have here? We're cranking through here. 18 cards left in library. Okay, that's lethal. All right, let's just go attacks. Let's put this opponent out of their misery. Crack you for 20? Question mark. Do you have anything to say for yourself? No? Very well. And that's 3-1. All right, we got one more match to play. One more match to play. I'm glad you love this deck, Speed. I do too. So Disco Shark, there have been many versions of this deck. Most of them feature a 4 of Karn the Great Creator. And with Karn the Great Creator, we went through a bevy of different ways to win the game. We have had Thassa's Oracle in the deck.
Compadres, it is imperative that
we have had Time Sieve in the sideboard.
And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel
Thank you,
Montoya.
Lotta Base 8 for the follow. Means a lot. I like Karn in this deck. Me too. I'm definitely going back to a Karn version. I'm going to tell Jiggy I think Loam was irrelevant. Lotus Cobra is kind of neat. Lotus Cobra's been a dude. Okay, so we're gonna get the Ketria Triome here. So we don't get any setup for Lotus Cobra on the first turn cycle here. I'd like to think some number of Galvanic Blast. Yeah. The thing I don't like about Galvanic Blast is that's not a permanent that lets you play proactively in game ones.
Before the start of the rainy season.
But I also think
and remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Yeah. I saw the command you added, Roy. I didn't comment on it, but I love that. Thank you, Captain Quark 2207, for the follow. We got a Rift Bolt. Okay, so the last matchup here is going to be perhaps the quickest one. Does this deck generate enough mana for Karn Bliss to kill? Yes! Yeah, we've done that too. Yep, we've absolutely done that as well. Literally the day after Astrolabe was banned, I spent all day here drinking water, as well as other things. I did a 13-hour stream, and the deck that almost 5-0'd, we timed out with a version of this deck with a 21 Ballista on the stack, and they were at 21. We were just going to kill them with it. So that was a tad unfortunate, let's say. Okay, so from this point forward, we want to be pretty conservative with our life total. So we're going to go fetch here for an untapped land. It doesn't really matter which color so much, as long as it's something that casts Uro eventually. We'll play the Lotus Cobra. They're pretty likely to Rift Bolt this, but then next turn we go fetch untapped land, play Uro, put the breeding pool into play, and we'll see where the adventure takes us from there. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, you can go below and click on the YouTube channel. If you type in Temur, Kinnan, Urza, or if you just look through the recent videos and find that, then you are likely to... Oh, it's going to be Chandra's Incinerator? Yikes. Okay, but they left me with all my mana this turn, which means I can play Song of Creation, but not into that. This is a little frustrating. Okay, so this is actually a perfect example of a matchup that's going to be a little tricky for us off the bat, because thank you for the follow, Hukuru6 and Corn on Macabre. That's a fantastic name. All right, so we've got up to 5 mana here. Play the song, shock, get the Uro down. Huh. I think our best bet might be to try to get somewhere with this. Let's see what we can do. So always yield. Always yes. Yes. For this one, blue's fine. Blue's fine. Oh, we'll need green on the next one. So fetch. Get red painlessly. Get green. Play the song. Song gives you another land drop. So we play Breeding Pool. We have to shock it, unfortunately. But we're going to bounce right back up to 12 here. Green, blue. Play the Uro. If they don't literally kill me next turn, I'm going to get to escape Uro and kind of go off with that a little bit. Unfortunately, I think we're just going to be stuck here now. So there's almost... Oh, the Uro puts the land in. Right. Okay. Never mind. Cooking with propane still. Got it. So I'll add green. Okay. Cast the drum. We can almost get enough mana for Urza right now. So let's see if we go there on turn 3. Why does it feel like this deck shares a theme song with the Benny Hill Show? That is definitely another option for the song we could play while we're comboing here. Okay. So I can get +1 mana by sacking the Tarn. And then I could play Life from Loam or Emry, neither of which is particularly attractive, but Yakety Sax, yeah, that's the Benny Hill theme song. All right, well, this is worth doing for sure. So let's go get this, add blue. 1, 2, 3. Problem is I don't have the second artifact yet, so I feel like adding green to play the Loam, but Loam doesn't really help me out. Maybe should have set myself up to play Wrenn and Six here. So maybe let's just add green, tap this for red, play Wrenn and Six. Trade Leyline of Abundance. I have not. Doesn't that require the creatures to tap? Oh my god. I think we did it. I think we might have done it. I'm not going to say we did it, but I think we might have done it. I think we done did it. So one of the tricky parts of this section of the combo is you need to get to a Kinnan or an Urza in play. And we're close to both, but it's hard to go mana positive right now. But we do currently have a blue and a green. So if we find a Kinnan and then another Mox Amber, we get to start going up on mana. So we're going to keep going. Play as many zeros as we can along the way. Now, one of the downsides about this not being like a combo-centric version of this deck, the combo-centric versions of this deck play Ornithopter, usually. Wow, another Engineer Explosives and a Mishra's Bauble. Okay, so we're pretty likely to get there. Maybe. But the combo-centric versions of this deck... Okay, so we found another Mox Amber, which means... Oh, shoot. That's fine. So let's go blue, play Emry. Actually, it's still going to be hard to go up on mana. Maybe we just Bauble. You seriously not found a Kinnan here yet? Oh, we milled. Of course, we milled one. Don't need that. Shoot. Okay. Tap this for... Oh, we can tap this for blue now? Oh, because I have an Emry in play. Good. So tap that for blue, play this. We're still looking for Kinnan. Okay. Jeez. Keep that. Can we just play a Gilded Goose here? We might be able to just stop with a bunch of geese in play. That's why you played Emry. I mean, it's part of why we play Emry. Maybe even more Engineer Explosives. Good God. Okay. We can play explosives. No, we can play a bunch of explosives. I'm just trying to find this damn Kinnan. It's just hiding from me. Christ on a sandwich. It's just not coming out to play. For making blue off Mox the turn. I mean, yeah, again, it is a thing that she does. I found another Mox. Let's play Springleaf Drum, I guess. Oh, it's Jiggywiggy. It's my wonderful co-creator of this archetype. If we want to call it that. It's my Mox untapped. It is. We're trying to go off on turn 3, Jiggy. It's Wiggly. Did I just like miss a Kinnan that was in my hand earlier? Like I don't think that I did. We've milled one and seen basically no others. Yeah. Loam sucks. Yeah. Jiggy, Loam's been really bad. Okay. So we have an option what we're faced with here. How's the deck in general? My version's been good. We're doing okay. I think we just stop here because right now I can crack a food and go to 14. Even if they kill all my creatures and all my planeswalkers, next turn we just play an Uro out of the graveyard and we're kind of off to the races again. The other option is to play out a Gilded Goose and kind of keep going, but that's a little sketch. So we could also pick up a life from the Loam. Definitely make another Goose, but it stops me from cracking a food. Goose seems loose. Yeah, I agree. Because cracking a food is more important than having one more Goose. I can't imagine that any blockers survive on the next turn. Maybe they're not going to have all 1 mana burn spells, but they certainly can. I think we're good here. So this is the awkward part that these builds get to sometimes, but I think we're going to be fine. It's just that is the fastest I've ever had to go off, and we never found. You have another drum? No, I mean I'm sure. No, I want the drum. I want the drum plus the Mox to crack the food and gain the life. I'm literally worried about dying to burn spell, incinerator, crack for 6. It's a huge amount of damage. Okay, this is a considerably smaller amount of damage. I'm just saying it's a very real concern to die. Sure. Do we draw a card? Yep. Okay. That tramples. I can block with Goose if I really want to. Might as well. If I'm as worried about dying as I've been acting like I am. And then before combat damage, we'll crack our food. If they have Skull Crack, that's an acceptable use of their entire turn. From my perspective. 2 creatures with drum is mana neutral. It's not. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that would have been an okay thing to do. Yeah, it's probably fine. The thing was, we wouldn't be able to find and play a Kinnan at that point. No, we probably still would be able to. You're right. I'm just tired. It's been a day. This deck can be a brain melter. But you're right. We could have played one more Springleaf Drum. We're really engineering these explosives. I missed so much in chat by trying to go off that turn. My opponent is tanking on their 2 cards in hand, which is cute. We can also crack 3 Mishra's Baubles here if we wanted to make sure that we're able to go off next turn. But I'm just going to play Urza out of my graveyard. Should be enough. Plus whatever Emry can grab me out. So we go to 8. They skewer me. Kill my Emry. Yep. The upside of not cracking the Bauble. Honestly, having a bigger construct with Urza later on, because we're low on Urzas. Are we out of Urzas? I really hope not. I think there's one more. The thing is, from this point, it's actually just going to be a hard game to win. So I want to be very careful about how many resources I deploy each turn. Like, this is a totally fine draw for me because now I don't have to worry about playing more than I need to. So green, green, blue, blue. One less. Cast Urza. Also, the problem with Loam with Song of Creation. More damage for the construct. Yeah, that's the point. Is that we would need a really big construct to win the game, basically. More artifact for the artifact god. This is super frustrating with Loam. The hey, you want to use something? No, I'm good. Are you sure? Because you could do a thing. We got infinite triggers going on right now. I can pick up another land that I'm just going to have to... Actually, I can play a Snow-Covered Forest. What point do you double up on songs? Usually on a turn where you think you're going to go off and win in one turn. The problem right now with trying to do that would be I'm just not convinced that I have... I'm gonna play out my Yorion because it's a big beater. We'll do that post-combat so I can flicker my Lotus Cobra. Cobra! I think there's another island. Losing 1 life sucks. Okay, play island. Yes. Yes. Get a blue. I guess I could play Yorion, flicker Urza, and play out another Urza. Actually, don't think I can do that right now, but that is a line I could have done. Pretty sure. Do this, draw 2 cards. Somehow we're going to draw the Urza right now. No. No. Okay. Well, there's the Kinnan we always wanted. Ryan comes into play. I'm going to flicker. I'm not going to flicker the Cobra because I actually want to use it. But I will tap. Want to tap Yorion? I don't know. I think I need to just play a little quicker here. Can't make any more land drops. I think we're good. Okay, pass the turn. Oh, and before I do that, let's get rid of their Sunday Canyon. No, I could do that, but I'm just not worried about casting Kinnan anymore. Kinnan is now a bear. like on the turn we were going off, Kinnan was part of the engine that would have allowed us to vomit out literally our entire deck in one go. Now that we're off that turn and we're in this sort of weird low resource state, which doesn't happen very often. Yeah, this is the post Kinnan phase of the game, basically. Yeah, and now he's just a bear, like, because we've already played most of our deck, and our deck is sort of a finite resource. So we can play almost nigh copies of Uro from here on out. So we're just gonna do that. Like every turn, we're just gonna play a new Uro if we need to, and use up the old one. Skullcrack. That's a yikes. Okay. They get to burn something too. Bye, Cobra. You tried. No replacement effect. Main deck Skullcracks. You hate to see it. Yeah. So I might have to play more out this turn to try to find a Gilded Goose to gain life on their turn, because I have 1, 2, 3 in my yard. Yikes. That Skullcrack is freaking terrifying. I think we might actually lose this game, which is a shame. Nope. Nope. Okay. No, shoot. Guess I had one already. Oh, Emry's a terrible draw. Forces so many resources out. Loam and Lotus Cobra. Oh, actually, I should have left those on top because we were gonna mill them with Emry. I guess I could just play an untapped Uro here, so I'm gonna. Okay. I know what I want. No replacement, no replacement. There's a Gilded Goose. Okay. Choose that one. Damn it. I actually wanted to... It's really, really frustrating to navigate these turns with the life from the Loams interrupting every draw. Every time I go to draw a card, the game is like, "Are you sure you don't want a Loam? Are you sure you don't want a Loam? It's not worth anything. Doesn't do anything for you, but you could do it. You got the option." Real spice with Loam is retracing it with the Wrenn emblem. That's another hilarious thing too, right? Like, it's just a bit of goofiness. Nothing wrong with a little bit of goofiness. Why keep Uro? Blah? My opponent doesn't understand why I kept Uro. I don't understand why I wouldn't keep Uro. No replacement. No replacement. Oh, Mazemind is okay here. Is it? No, not really. Get my food. I don't want to crack it now. I want to crack it on their upkeep. So just pass the turn. We still haven't found that last Urza. Could be our Lord and Savior, if we accept him into our hearts. Last card in hand is not a Skullcrack. It's not a Skullcrack. You've had little to no card selection. You are 13 cards into your deck, and there's no way you play 4 main deck Skullcrack. Roy with the quote. Why not dead Uro? I don't understand. Okay. So we made it to 7 life. They have 1 card in hand. One of them is Goblin Guide. Swiss Spear. Perfect. This human being is not attacking. I like this. I like this a lot. He thought you cast Uro, not escaped it. Right. I don't know. I don't know or care. I really don't. It's fine. Please let me take your Chandra's Incinerator off the table. That will make my life infinitely easier. You have 0 cards in hand. I don't need to do shit here. Top card is another Uro. Love it. So I have to block and trade because this has trample. I can block here, take 4, next turn gain 6, and it's over. Yeah, cool. Cool. Got him. It took a lot, but we got there. It took a lot, but we got there. It was shockingly close. How do we not deck, by the way? Well, my opponent's at 7. So we started with 80 cards, and we're not going to run out. How do you normally not deck? I guess that's the answer to this is the same. Yeah, I think the real answer is very, very carefully. Yeah. Oh yeah. Not only does Yorion fly, I mean, we've got Wrenn and Six to finish this game off too, right? The other versions that were playing Karn or the Trinket Mage package, those decks would often be able to get a Walking Ballista down, and that usually saved the turn. Additionally, sometimes with the Karn Wishboard, we were playing Time Sieve. In Time Sieve, you can sacrifice 5 artifacts to take another turn. So again, with this deck, a lot of the time you just vomit so much into play that you're like, okay, if I get to untap with what I have, I'll win. So is the opponent going to attack? Nope. You don't have the guts. You know what they say? No guts, no glory. Yeah. Oh, there you are, buddy. Right on time. Oh, I missed making a food and cracking it, but it's okay because I was more worried about the clock and my ability to deck. I don't think they could possibly kill Yorion with a single card, so they are just dead. Urza shows up at the end to cheer us on, push us over the finish line. Yeah, that's right. Urza Fürst die Handwerker. That is what my German Urza is called. Okay, we really want Aether Gust in this matchup. And then kind of Force of Negation. It's like, okay. It's not great if it comes out too late. And again, kind of Galvanic Blast, but it's not great if it comes out too late. Definitely cut a couple of Wrenn and Six. I think we definitely cut all our life from Loams. What does the German Urza say? Fürst die Handwerker. Which, by the way, literally translates to head of the handyman. Yeah. Handwerker is his creature type too, so his creature types are Mensch and Handwerker. Yeah, well, I mean, most languages don't have as many words for different things as English does because... Surprised you didn't slam Loam before the sideboard screen loaded up.
Crush the freedom fighters before the
Thanks for
start
the follow,
of the season.
Cutter
And
Oaks.
remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Glad I stayed up late for the stream. And Ifeno. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with the sideboard. We have to just survive their insane opening, and then we'll have a nice tight 4-1, baby! Did they turn 2 to an Incinerator there and we won that? We were on the play, but still. We turn 3 comboed out our deck. And not in the definitive win kind of way, but like, good lord. Lotus Cobra just showing off its snaky charms. It's 2 a.m. and I've worked in 6 hours. Nice.
Compadres,
Well, thank you so much. And anyone who wants to check out anything else that I've done or do, you can always catch up on YouTube.
For whoever brings me the head
Unplayable opener. Very playable second hand. This deck definitely seems better to play in paper. It sure is. It sure is. Let's ditch Engineered Explosives here. I'm totally going to regret that, aren't
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start
Thanks for
of the
follow
rainy
Nuclear
season.
King XX and
remember,
McFoucault.
A shiny new donkey for whoever brings
Super
me
fun
the
in
head
paper. Yeah,
of
I
Colonel
believe it.
Montoya.
I haven't gotten to play yet, but I've literally got my cards here. I've got my Yorion. I've got my 2 more Mox Ambers that I needed. I've got my Gilded Geese and my Songs of Creation and my Kinnans. So this Witching Well is nice because it's going to pitch to my Force. Y'all know Legacy? Things pitching to Force is apparently very important. Did they mold a 5? Holy shit, they mold a 5. Alright. We Gucci. I think we might be able to win this game. We can no longer win this game. I did not board in Galvanic Blast. I thought their deck list was void of this card. This card eats us alive. Yeah. Well, that's a kick in the teeth. I guess we got to try to find our next land for Uro. F. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. F's in the chat. That's cool. We'll just win the last one on the play. To be fair, they're on 3 cards in hand, so if we can get to the okie dokie. So that's unacceptable. E for Eidolon, yeah. Jesus. Opponent's out for blood with their sideboard choices here. They put Rift Bolt into exile? They did, yeah. So we're going to 11. We're at Virtual 8. More like U for unacceptable. So, do I want to shuffle? Aether Gust on top. No, that's pretty okay. Yeah, so we'll draw that. Huh, this is kind of awkward, but... Oh, we had the extra draw. Perfect. Play this tapped. Gonna Aether Gust this EOT, so we're going to 8, 6, 4. It's pretty unwinnable, but maybe. Oh, 3 with the fetch. But then we gain 3 off the Uro, so maybe. That's good for us. That's also good for us. We're going to put the Eidolon on top right now. Right now. Hey, you. Join the Navy. Uro can carry. Uro's going to try. Yes, I'm aware they're going to draw the Eidolon. But they played their land for turn. They can't cast the Eidolon. Plays Mountain. Activates ability of Fire Island. They cannot play the Eidolon, and now they missed their opportunity to attack with it. I want them to draw the Eidolon. They cannot play it this turn. They put it on the bottom. Yeah. This is a much more acceptable turning of events. We drew a land on top of everything else. It's pretty all right in terms of this. This is just about the worst case scenario that could happen there, and it's pretty okay. Kinnan's not great, but if anyone's going to get us through this, it's going to be my big boy Uro. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. We're close. Just push us across the finish line ever so gently. I'll put that into play. I will play this Bauble. I need to find a green next turn. I need an upkeep stop, but that's alright. Doesn't matter. If they can kill me, they're going to kill me. Alright, one more burn spell. I don't think there's anything in their deck that doesn't kill me here. Yeah, cool. Okay. I wonder if they boarded out of their incinerators, or they just got really lucky that they didn't draw any of there. Because this, I don't know. Maybe? Okay, well, we're boarding in the full boat of Galvanic Blast. Slow down on song, pull out engineered explosives, and maybe we can take out the forces on the play. No, they're not as nice when you're not up on cards, but we'll be fine. All right, last game of the league. Let's get the 4-1, not the 3-2. Let's get the 4-1, not the 3-2. Shave a Kinnan. They've looked dopey this match. It's so hard to want to shave down the mana engine. And if you're going to do that, I'd rather do it with something like Mox Amber, which like literally has no board presence, whereas like Kinnan's at least a bear, which is not great, but it's something. Yeah, this is a hand that can get there. All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's go, go, go. Because this Witching Well can set us up for a Galvanic Blast or etc. I'm not saying it will, but it certainly could. Take some mulligans. Do it. You need to mulligan. Your hand is not good enough. Damn. Their hand was good enough. All right. Yep, that's what we're looking for. That's a banger. Goblin Guide? Okay, good. Swiftspear. I want Mox Opal back. Oh, me too, Aprillo. God, I want Mox Opal back. I can't even. I can only odd now. Okay. So I'm gonna save it. They can't flip the incinerator into play this turn, assuming they're still playing it. And Eidolon is such a colossal meltdown for us that, yeah, that's exactly. That's why we do the things we do. So now I get to play Uro this turn and not take any damage, which I love. Vista is damage. Blah? I'm not sure I understand you, Radio Pankla? Pankla? Radio Pankla? I want to play this Gilded Goose this turn. Have to fetch Shock for it. Rather get Ketria Triome. Next turn can play Song Creation into Goose or Urza, depending on the situation. Not take any damage this turn. Oh, got it. Yes, yes. You are technically correct. The best kind of correct. All right. I would like... Yikes. I would like you to draw me a card, sir. Which... Oh, please no. Okay, good. Rift Bolt is fine. Bring it on. Mox Amber on top. I'm okay with shuffling that away. Actually, am I? Could play Song into Mox Amber. I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to play Urza this turn. Urza with Mox Amber is okay, because it means I have a 3/3 construct. Okay. Take the hit. Yeah, can't play Song this turn. I have to play Urza. I would like to draw a land rather than the Mox. But Mox is pretty exceedingly acceptable. Having a 1/4 and a 3/3 seems really good in the worst case scenario. My colors aren't as good that way, so it's going to be trickier to get to escaping Uro. But not by much. That's a tricky one. All right. No Mox. No Mox. I don't want the Mox. We're going to Scry Bug into the Mox, but it's fine. Mox would have been better. Mox, I miss you, Mox. Why didn't I welcome you into my life? Always trust the Mox, that's what I say. Alright, so Urza's probably on blocking duty here. See if we can get the construct to trade for the Goblin Guide. So that's that. Where is this going? Dome? Dome. Okay. Maybe an Incinerator this turn? Shit. Jesus. It's too much. They still have 2 cards left? Oh, God. Fuck. At 1. They're going to have it all, huh? Shit. Oh, man. The all-bolt deck. All right. Well, Mox or no, we weren't getting through that hand. That was unreal. But still, I think a pretty good league from my little deck that could. So this has been... Yeah, right? Well, we kind of took a good share of matchup equity in that game 1 where we took a million billion years. And to be fair, tonight with 2 different Urza decks, we went a combination of 4-1 and 3-2. So Kinnan's Loaming Song definitely is going to get a... it's a nope from me, dog, on the Life from the Loams. I didn't cast them once, I didn't dredge them once, and I didn't want to dredge them at any point. I left them in there, and so this is no fault of Jiggywiggy, because I left them in there due to the fact that they were in his previous version, which was with Echo of Eons and Narset. And so... I definitely think that it was not necessarily the best idea to keep them in here, but I wanted to see what they look like because Jiggywiggy was speaking highly of them. That said, Lotus Cobra was pretty fantastical, and I think might be worth doing. I definitely want the Karns back in this deck. Mazemind Tome was okay a couple of times when I drew it. Mostly not that good, just didn't quite work out. Thank you, Speeve, for the $3 for the 3 wins. That is fantastic. Thank you so much. Anywho, that's going to be it for me for the end of this evening. But it has definitely been a good time. And I'm going to send all of y'all over to my friend Jan H, who is up there on the trophy board playing a lot of blue-white control, and I like him a lot. So looks like it's the early morning over in England or somewhere in Europe, wherever he's at. So we're going to get rating in there. If you are interested in more of my content, please check out the YouTube channel and come on back here. I'm on different hours than I was before. So, if you hit follow, you'll know when I go live. Thanks a lot. Take care of yourselves, your friends, your family, your loved ones. It's a tricky world out there right now, but try to love each other, try to be good to each other, be good to yourself, and see you real soon, I hope. See you over there.
for the Pioneer that should fire in half an hour or so.